you got your chocolate, you got your peanut butter, just mix them together. Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation. Just in time for the release of Venom: The Last Dance, today I'm taking a look at the Marvel Legends Target exclusive Deluxe Venompool. Starting with the packaging, and our extra large Venompool figure comes in an extra large Marvel Legends window box. Logo down here, name on the side, Deadpool graphic up top, a sliver of Venompool art on the spine, with the whole image on the back, along with a little bio. For those searching in stores, here's the UPC. For packaging, I'm giving Venompool 5 points. Moving on to presentation, and Venompool stands at 7 7/8 inches, or just under 20 centimeters, and seems to be complete reuse of the Build-A-Figure released a few years back. To be honest, the timing of this release makes perfect sense. Deadpool and Wolverine was a huge summer blockbuster. Venom: The Last Dance is about to come out. You got your chocolate, you got your peanut butter, just mix them together. And pretty much that's exactly how Venompool came to be. He was whipped up in a kitchen on a make-believe cooking show. Near as I can tell, the only difference between this version and the Build-A-Figure are some of the paint choices. The original release had a duller, more muted matte finished red. This one, however, is very vibrant and comic booky. Side by side with the Bob 2-pack version, and these look great together. Additionally, it does seem like there's a bit more paint detail in the tongue. Great sculpted detail on that as well. And of course, there's some fantastic texture on the red bits. Basically, because he's Venom, he's just a big gooey black monster with red fabric stapled in place. And Hasbro's done a really nice job on the fabric tugs and the staples, and the texture really does help to sell that this is a separate layer from his body. I feel like there's a darker timeline where Hasbro just repainted Monster Venom and called it good, but no, all of Venompool's crazy details and proportions are present and accounted for. Details, for example, like the wonderful job they did on the harness. As usual, the leather's very lifelike, so much great stitch work as well as painted details for things like the buttons and fasteners, and of course that iconic Deadpool belt buckle. He has another pouch belt around the leg, which is a separate piece that's been slipped on. Another detail I appreciate are the broken shackles. Kinda reminds me of My Pet Monster. Flipping them around, I can't help but wonder if these discs are supposed to be vertebrae poking through the fabric, in which case those should probably be black as well. If you don't think about it too hard, it's fine. Had this figure been a new release this year, I'm sure it would have been pinless, but even so, it looks incredible. So incredible, in fact, that for presentation, I'm giving Venompool 5 points. If you're enjoying this video so far, do me a favor and give it a like. Moving on to Posability, and because of Venompool's chunky proportions, we do need to make some allowances. From the top, and his head is on a ball joint and a disc swivel. Already we can see there's going to be a lot better down than up. Even so, I'm pretty satisfied. And the amount down is absolutely perfect. Because of the weird angle that his head sits, you do get a bit of tilt, and also side to side. Moving on down, and Wade has swivel hinge shoulders that can raise this high, not quite 90 degrees, but you do get complete rotation. In fact, there's even some detents in there to help him hold the pose. Moving down, there's bicep swivel, which for a big bulky arm I'm happy about, but I do see some people being upset it's only a single jointed elbow. Still, with proportions like this, I don't really know what else they were gonna do here. At the ends of the arms are swivel hinge wrists, nicely hidden by these cuffs. Because he's a sword wielder though, the hands actually hinge side to side. Not a lot, but it's there. Moving to the middle, and Venompool has an ab crunch and a waist swivel. The harness doesn't get in the way of arching back as much as you might think it would, though admittedly he doesn't have the deepest hunch forward. This is standing straight, by the way. The lack of diaphragm means Wade doesn't have any kind of tilt, but with the waist cut he does at least have twist. Below the pouch belt, and Venompool has ball jointed hips. He can kick 90 degrees, which is a lot more than I expected, and gets a pretty decent spread. Traveling down the leg, he has thigh cut. Shame they couldn't go another half inch and have done it here at the boot top. Regardless, and Venompool has double jointed knee with a very deep bend. No boot cut or swivel, unfortunately, but he does have ankles that can hinge. And like Venompool, from Build-A-Figure to single-carded Deluxe, pivot. For a character with proportions like this, there's really only so much you can do with articulation, and for the most part, I think Hasbro's done it. The leg articulation is pretty standard, though I think an argument could be made in this case that toe articulation would have been a nice feature. Obviously, a diaphragm cut and a reverse ab crunch would have given some more range in the torso. Still, for a character built like this, I'm pretty happy. For Posability, I'm giving Venompool 4 points. Moving on to Playability, and near as I can tell, there's nothing different from the Build-A-Figure version. version. We've already seen that Wade comes preloaded with accessory holding hands. Those are for his signature twin katanas. Just like Deadpool himself, these have also been upsized. Seriously, just look at how big they are in comparison with Deadpool himself. I really like the texture that Hasbro's given these blades. They're all banged and dinged up, and the wraps have been nicely painted. Those can fit in his hands like so. When you don't want Venompool to hold him, he does have this sheath. I like the fact that it looks like just a bunch of bands strapped together, like he kind of put it together himself, you know, because of how big the swords are. I will say that this is notoriously difficult to clasp onto the harness. Side by side, you do see the indents. To get it in place, you've really just got to get your thumb under there and squeeze it together. Once it's on, and the swords fit just fine. He also comes with a pair of open clawed hands. Do be warned that when you switch them out, these cuffs are going to slide off, but just like with the regular version, I can't help but wonder if red was the right choice for the fingernails. Still, it's good to have options. Also, while I'm here, it's worth noting that these hands hinge up and down. Just for giggles, I thought I'd try to give him Joe Fixit's Tommy gun. Unfortunately, the holes in the accessory holding hand aren't quite large enough. Of course, playability is more than just accessories. It's also about how well your figure plays with others. And since Venompool is synonymous with the Contest of Champions video game, you're probably gonna notice a theme. Starting with the only other Deadpools in my collection, and here we have the Bob 2-pack and the Legacy Edition. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the bright colors of the new movie version match up with Venompool. As for the Venom half of the equation, and here's the Walmart exclusive retro card version, the King in Black, which thanks to all the details I think looks pretty good together, and the Deluxe Monster Venom version, which based on girth looks pretty good together. As for Contest of Champions, I obviously can't show you everybody, but just for a few that I think would be fun, and here's Miles Morales. Civil Warrior, which only makes sense since he's specific to the game. The Iron Man retro card She-Hulk. The Rampaging retro card Rhino. Null, the god of the symbiotes, who's been teased to appear in Venom: The Last Dance. Rocket Raccoon and Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. The Deluxe Red Hulk Versus coming soon. Of course, where there's a Hulk, the Hulkbuster Iron Man can't be far behind. For an even more powerful armor though, and here's the Destroyer. This one's the Marvel Select version. On that note, and here's the Marvel Select Beta Ray Bill, Marvel Select Apocalypse, and Shocker! For a relative scale comparison, here's Venompool with Pizza Spidey and the Spectacular Spider-Man, and as always, here he is with Stealth Iron Man. Whether you're building a Contest of Champions shelf, a Deadpool shelf, a Venom shelf, or just a shelf of really cool things, this is a fun addition. So fun, in fact, that for playability, I'm giving Venompool 5 points. This leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price. Venompool is a Target exclusive and retails for only $34.99. Unfortunately, pre-order sold out before most of us even knew it was online, and now your only chance is finding him in store or on eBay, where dozens of them are rotting away for between $50 to $70. The good news is if you have the Build-A-Figure version and are happy you can pass this on by, and even if you don't, the eBay prices are still better than what the Build-A-Figure is going for. Factoring in availability and for price, I'm giving Venompool 3 points, averaging out to a grand total of 4.2 out of 5. For more Venom and or Deadpool, check out one of these, and until next time, play nice and have fun.